So, im Interview habe ich jetzt Vicki Scott. Und Vicki Scott ist eine der Zeichnerin, die sich jetzt an den Peanuts wieder versuchen kann. So, nice to have you here, Vicki. And you're one of the artists who can continue to make new stories about the Peanuts.
Right.
That's something extraordinary. You're the first who can do this. Is that right?
No. Actually, there's a bunch of us that nobody knows about. There's a lot of animators who've been working all along, so they know how to draw Peanuts. And the first book that I worked on was shared 50-50 with my husband, so he can draw Peanuts. And now I think they have 3, maybe 4 people that they call on when I'm too busy. You know, when there's too much to do, then they draw Peanuts too. Yeah.
I guess it's really difficult to draw a character or characters who are that famous like the Peanuts.
Right.
How difficult was it for you?
It took a while to learn, but I'm from animation. My husband is from animation, so we're sort of trained to analyze and dissect a drawing so that we can at first copy it and then move it around as we like, which is really what animation is. We all have to draw as a team looking the same, so we're sort of used to that. And for me, it's either right or it's wrong, whether it's famous or not. It's either wrong in my eyes or not, so I don't let it go out of the house if it's still wrong. It was a challenge, though, because some characters are easier to draw than these, because these have so much space. There's nothing like a line to connect anything. It's either in the right spot or it's in the wrong spot.
I guess so. I was really amazed when I saw the first stories drawn by you or your husband. So I cannot draw like this. I was in the workshop about Donald Duck and Mickey Mouse before, and today, and it's really difficult. I saw some of the sketches of the people who made them, and you also had a workshop today, and it's really difficult to get the right spot.
Right.
Did you see someone on your workshop who was able to draw like you, or?
I think for the first time around, a lot of them were really great efforts. You know, that really, everybody was trying hard and connected and really working hard at getting it right, and they weren't following Schultz drawings like I did. They were following my drawings, which I'm drawing way bigger than I'm used to, so I'm lost a lot. So they didn't have so much to go by as I did. I think they did really well.
Oh, you got lost in your drawings?
Well, there's a whole difference between drawing this and this. It's either the fine motor skills or the big ones. Yeah, lost.
I guess so. So I read from you that you once told you are a drawer who came from Iowa to California to be a drawer who came from Minnesota to California. I don't understand this. It's really. Can you explain it to me?
I'm a Midwesterner. The area of the country, Iowa, Michigan, Minnesota, it's all the Midwest. So we come with the same sensibilities. I get the ideas that he uses. So I understand the language he's speaking as a Midwesterner, a fellow Midwesterner. And then he moved to California after he got syndicated. And I moved to California, so we kind of went the same path. So yeah, I'm an Iowan in California doing an impression of a guy from Minnesota who moved to California.
Okay, that makes sense
Yeah.
now. But is there really such a difference between Iowa and Minnesota? I'm not from the US,
The
so
amount of snow. That's it.
okay.
Yeah, not that much, yeah.
Do you have much snow there? Or no?
Not in
No,
Iowa.
no.
It's too cold to snow. In Minneapolis, it was my first year of college. I went there to an art school. And not Sparky's art school, but the other one. And so much snow. It was great.
Well, I guess so, yes. Because there are some years now that we don't have many snow at the place where I live.
Yeah.
And we had really a tough time. My parents were living for some years in the United States, in Florida. They came to Germany from the really hot Florida, came to us.
Mm-hmm.
It snowed like hell.
No. Welcome home.
Welcome home.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So I can understand this,
Mm-hmm.
but it's wonderful and to have snow. Um, but to get back to the
Yes.
Peanuts, which of the characters is your favorite?
Yeah, a lot of people ask me that, and it varies wildly day to day. Yeah.
So what's it today?
Today it's kind of Peppermint Patty. It's
What is Peppermint Patty in German? What is it?
she's the one in the shorts with the big toes and
Okay.
and hangs around with Marcy,
Yeah.
who calls her sir. Yeah.
Ah, you see, I only I don't know that much of the characters in the Peanuts that I don't know this character. But
Her
To
shirt
be-
is
to-
this color.
to be honest,
Mhm.
I read them, but the names, the names for me are just
Right.
nothing.
Yeah.
I can't remember names. What was your name? No,
I know, yeah.
I'm just joking. No, the problem was I sincerely I forgot the name of my wife when we first met. So
She's probably forgiven you.
yeah, she
Yeah.
did, but she doesn't like when I tell the story. So we have to cut it out.
Oh,
No, no. Um, are there any fans who said no, it's not the right decision to let someone else do this work?
100% of them. Yes. Everybody absolutely approached me and said, it's in the will that no one else
Okay.
draws these characters. And I don't think that's true. No, the family brought us on to draw not the strip. The strip is always going to be Schultz. Nobody else is going to draw the strip. But we think of the comic books more as a long form like animation. Animation has been approved and motoring on since the dawn of time. And so once we kind of explain it's more like animation than the strip, people relax. And they're like, okay, nice.
Yeah, what I saw, and it wasn't that much because the first book wasn't to be read until some months ago.
Right.
But I read the comic book which was on the Gratis Comic Tag, the free comic book day
Okay,
in
yes,
Germany.
mhm.
So what I saw is that you were able to modernize the characters without drawing them in a different way.
Uh-huh.
How was this possible?
I think the modernization you might be seeing is the color and
yes,
and the
but
posing a
more.
little bit.
Yeah,
Really, what I'm aiming for, we're all aiming for, is that 1960s era, early 70s. That's the model we're following. So it might feel like it's modernized, but actually we've just gone into the past and sourced all that style. And that's why he looks so different than he did in the 90s. For us to draw like the 90s means we also have to ink like the 90s. And to ink like a man who's got a disability, who's fighting the disability, is very, very difficult. Because his hands shook so much at the end that sometimes when it was okay to let it shake, he would let it shake, like in Sally's curls or the feet. But when it was important to draw the faces perfectly, he would hold down his hand to keep the line steady. There's no way I could ink like that. No, it's almost impossible to ink that way.
and one of the
That's-
stories which was published in on the Gattes Comic Book Day,
Mhm.
there was a story which depended much of drawings which were big,
Mhm.
and as far as I can remember, the Peanuts, all drawings were small.
Yes.
So maybe this was.
Right. We've added some close-ups, right?
Mhm.
Some long shots, some establishing shots because we're from film. We add a little bit more like that. Also because we want to keep the reader interested for up to 95 pages. If they're all exactly the same size in the page, it's going to be more dull for them to read. So we really embrace that medium of comic books more than he was able to in the 4 panels. And I think that's where we really separate too. I hope that I'm drawing the characters just like he would have, or as close as humanly possible. So I kind of want to pass out when you say I've modernized him, but I think the framing and the color have changed. Yeah,
So that's the modernization.
yeah,
But it's a difficult thing to do.
yes.
I guess
That's why
so.
it took like 9 people on every story to do what he did by himself.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Just okay. That we have to cut out. We have the problem that this room is used by other people. So
Right. Yeah.
tomorrow it will be better. Um, I lost myself. I'm lost. Yeah, we're still with the peanuts. What do you think? If Charles M. Schulz would have seen your stories,
Right.
would he be proud of them?
I don't know. It would terrify me to meet him and show him my work. You know, because he had the pool by himself, right? And I'm up to my knees in it. And he didn't say yes or no to me. So I would be worried about what he would say. I would not want him to come back from the dead and tell me what he thinks. I wouldn't want to.
But
I
what-
try really hard, and I have him in the back of my mind every time I draw so that he would be happy enough with it, but I don't know.
But his family is.
Yeah, his family is fine with it.
So let us guess, he would also be.
I
Maybe
hope so,
he's
too.
up there and looking down at us and
I
is
hope
saying,
so.
"Yeah, Wiki, you're doing it right."
Yeah, but we artists are insecure a lot, so I worry.
So, what do you think? How long will you go on with the peanuts?
I guess as long as they'll have me, the comics, I don't know if they'll renew for another 5-year batch or not. So we may be closing in on the end of this comics experiment. I'm not sure.
Okay. So you're.
Yeah.
How long will it be until it might be closing?
You've got another graphic novel, and probably another 1.5, 2 years of compilation books.
So you cannot be
Quite
sure.
a lot.
But
Yeah.
since they are happy with what you're doing,
Yeah.
I guess you will go on.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah.
And if you can go on, will you
Mhm.
go on until the same age as Charles M. Schulz?
I don't know. I don't know. Always is the hope. Yes. Yeah.
So I think
Yeah.
this is, you cannot say it better. It's
No.
always the hope.
Always the hope. Yeah.
And I thank you very much for this interview.
Thank you. Yeah.
And I hope you will be getting good back to the United States.
Thank you. Thank you.
And maybe we'll see us again.
That'd be
Thank you.
great. Thank you.